focus. Ideate, innovate, enable.
Hello and welcome to Decoding Business Growth. I'm Sumaira Abdi. Now, most business decisions involve a step into the unknown that is to some degree unmeasurable, said author Frank Knight in his book Risk, Uncertainty and Profit. Frank Knight introduced the concept of risk taking as a central characteristic of entrepreneurship. Now, history clearly shows that all successful entrepreneurs are those that have walked the unbeaten path, fraught with risks, and have been able to fight against all the odds that have surfaced. Well, the hero of today's episode, Madan Mohanka, is a clear example of a man who took many risks in his business and came out shining. Mohanka set up Tega Industries in 1976 to manufacture abrasion-resistant rubber mill lining products used in the mining and cement industry, which was a completely new technology for India. The result? He set up his plant before there were even takers for those products. But Mohanka never lost hope. He kept at it. Now, some 3 decades later, Tega Industries, which is into supplying products for the mining industry, has emerged as the second largest company in the world by way of market share. Take a look at the Tega Industries story and you'll know why it's important never to lose your focus or heart if you want to succeed.
To Hell and Back is the story of Kolkata-based Tega Industries, the flagship company of the Tega Group. Tega was on the brink of bankruptcy in 1979 with no orders and no money to pay salaries. Today, its fortunes have changed dramatically. The company has become the second largest player in the world in rubber mill lining products for the mining industry. A major chunk of its turnover comes from exports to 72 countries from its 6 plants located in Kolkata, Gujarat, Australia, South Africa and Chile. How did this turnaround happen? It is sheer grit, passion and determination of the founder Madan Mohanka that saw Tega come a long way, from being a local company to a truly global company in mining equipment and solutions. Madan, after completing his graduation in engineering in 1964, opted to do his MBA from the country's premier institute, IIM Ahmedabad. After doing his MBA, Madan joined his family's electrical business, which had begun in Jamshedpur way back in the 1940s. But soon, 26-year-old Madan became restless. He wanted to do something new. In June 1971, Madan came across an ad of Switzerland-based Tega in a mining journal. Tega specialized in the design, development and manufacture of abrasion-resistant rubber products for the mining and cement industry. Tega was widely considered an industry leader and had a monopoly-like hold on the global market. This was a completely new technology for India, as traditionally, mill linings have been made of steel and not rubber. This new technology also posed a big challenge to Mohanka, as he had to create his own pool of engineers. But the going was not easy. Madan had to steer through a number of challenges, the first one being convincing Tega to become their agent in India, which they refused initially. But Madan was not a quitter. He travelled all the way to Sweden to convince Tega's top guns. They were quite impressed by his pitch and they agreed. The other big challenge ahead of Mohanka was to get a nod from the Indian government, which then was under the license Raj. After 6 harrowing years of going through all the maze of red tape, Madan got the green signal in 1976 to set up a manufacturing facility in Kolkata, in which Tega AB picked up 40% stake. The plant went on stream in 1978, but much to Madan's astonishment, there were no takers for the product. The pre-market surveys had belied the reality. The Indian mining industry, dominated by PSUs, did not accept Tega's products. Add to that, his family's interference in his new venture did not go well for Tega employees. Things came to a boil and Madan decided to relinquish his stake in all other family businesses and concentrate on his pet project.
Well, there were many reasons. We were trying to introduce a new concept of replacing steel with rubber. So it was not selling a product. So that took quite some time to educate the customer to adopt a new product. Secondly, the market potential that we had estimated, there was a gap in what could be convertible and what was the total potential. So because of the large gap, the intake of orders was very, very little, and that kept the company at a high cost and led to bankruptcy. Also, there was some problem or resistance from the customer to adopt it fast, because most of the companies were not aware or were not thinking much about the cost of downtime at that time as they think today. So with the result that the motivation of the people to adopt the new technology was less, and that led to bankruptcy.
Madan had no other options but to make Tega a success. He rejigged his strategy, operated on a wafer-thin margin to keep the business going. Slowly but surely, Tega made inroads into the Indian mining sector.
The breaking of ice to the customer for a traditional product like mill lining was a very important aspect to successfully establish Tega as a major player in the mining for mill lining products. And in the initial stages, we emphasized a lot on the technical expertise of Tega, both at the front end and at the back end. The technical expertise which was visible during discussion allowed us to get a trial. These trials finally convinced the customer that we were able to deliver what we had promised. This deliverance of the technical expertise allowed us to establish a few major customers in the world, and thereafter, the reference of the successful application was very important and allowed Tega to become a major player in the mill lining segment in the world.
Tega's licensee agreement with Skega ended in 1998, which was a turning point for the company. This changed the company's fortunes, as now Tega was free to sell mining products in the international markets where there was a huge demand. In other words, it would compete with Skega. Tega's first international order came from Ghana in 1998. Tega Industries soon started growing at an unbelievable 50 to 60% every year. Today, Tega Industries is a name synonymous with pioneering achievements in the mineral beneficiation, mining and bulk solids handling industries the world over, and that's clearly visible in its growth chart. The turnover has increased from 173 crore rupees in FY 2010 to 386 crore rupees in FY 2014, and profit after tax is 70 crore rupees in FY 2014. On that note, it's time for a short break. When we come back, CNBC TV 18's Sumaira Abdi talks to Hemant Vora of ICICI Securities to decode Tega Industries' success story. Stay tuned.